And this one is caught by Talkman. He robbed him.
Pitching Ninja. Pitching Ninja. We got sliders and fastballs and curveballs too. When you step in the box, man, you're gonna be through.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another wonderful week of the Pitching Ninja Show. As always, I am Pitching Ninja. And I remind you, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button. All the cool kids are doing it, even Will. Will, how are you doing, Mr. Producer Man?
Impeccably well with such a kind intro from the Pitching Ninja. Great to see deGrom pitching. Came out great on Sunday night, and unfortunately he had a bad game batting. He was only 1 for 3 with an RBI, so his batting average is only .450 now. But yeah, he threw, I think it's 6 Ks over 6 innings, and just nobody could touch the guy as per usual.
Yeah, the 101, 101, 102 sequence yesterday was pretty filthy. So it looked like he was 100% back to me. Like his command was there. He even dropped in a curveball. Like he dropped a deuce.
Oh, he dropped a deuce, all right. And then I noticed that now he's produced 7 runs, and he's only given up 7 runs this year, but somehow still has 2 losses, which is insane.
I hope everybody realizes what they are watching now. Like, he is a whole class above anybody else, and in the class of top pitchers of all time for a stretch. Like, give me deGrom. I mean, who's going to hit this dude?
Yeah, it's wild to see. There was so much incredible pitching all weekend. Then you tune in Sunday night to watch deGrom, and you're shocked if somebody even makes contact.
So he had this sequence against Leiter where Leiter pulled a 100-mile-an-hour inside fastball foul, like nuked it. After that, deGrom threw one up and in, right basically under his chin, and then nothing but sliders for the remainder of that at-bat and the next at-bat. It was just like, F you, you're not going to do that, and here's the lesson you're going to learn. It was clear what was happening, and like everybody in the ballpark knew he was going to throw a slider, and sure enough, he did.
Now over to the AL East, there's a real dogfight going on for first place. The Yankees have had high highs and low lows. Red Sox have been pretty consistent, but the Rays are on an absolute tear. And to be honest, as a Sox fan, you got to respect the Rays. Consistently in the bottom 5 of payroll every year or worse. What do you think about the Rays, Ninja?
Yeah, I like them. I remember, was it last year somebody said, well, this is what makes baseball boring is they don't have these personalities. I'm like, are you kidding me? The Rays are a really fun team to watch. Not only that, but you have like the hottest pitcher in baseball physically, Tyler Glasnow.
No argument there, brother.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was intimidating interviewing that guy. Like, I'm sitting there going, I'm lost in your eyes. But the Rays are a fun team to watch. I love it. Like, I don't understand any Rays hate. Just don't understand it.
Do you have something you attribute it to? Do you think it's just great scouts, great ownership? Why do you think they're so good consistently with such a low payroll?
I think it's a very good philosophy. And this is actually going back to the Glasnow interview. I asked him, like, why do pitchers get nasty when they're on the Rays? And he said, the philosophy is find guys that haven't had success because they had too many pitches and find them with one outlier pitch. So they have one outlier pitch. You're going to have them throw that more, not be too fine with it. So throw it down the dick. I mean, just throw it down the middle, let the ball eat, and it ends up working. So you're taking out this traditional thought process among pitching coaches, which is, hey, you got to hit your spot. Let's mix it up. They're saying, no, let's not do that. We're going to go with what made you great, what makes you the best. And you just have them just double down on them and also throw the piss out of the ball. So they want guys that throw hard and guys that have nasty stuff and don't think too much.
One negative note about the AL East. Can the Blue Jays get back to Canada? I know we got a lot going on in the world, but I feel like I'm watching Bull Durham every time I watch them at home, and it's just sad, and I think their record reflects it.
I think it is sad, and I'd love to see them get back. Like they've got a ton of talent. They're fun. They had Manoah pitch last week, which was so much fun to watch him because I've watched him since he was in college, and he actually got his slider from me.
He learned his slider by watching videos of the Pitching Ninja,
which was really cool. And while he was pitching in the first at bat, his mom was crying. Like, how sweet is that? Like, she was like, I prayed for this. And it was so awesome as a parent, as a fan. And it shows there is crying in baseball sometimes. I mean, hey, why not? Like, it is a big event to see your kid pitch in the major leagues after knowing how much he went through. And it's awesome. Like, I love that.
All this Blue Jay talk brings us to the long dong of the week, which goes to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. here. Not actually his longest dong of the year, but this MVP candidate deserves some shine in the batter section of the Pitching Ninja show because he's been absolutely incredible, and everybody's kind of been excited to watch him ever since his father, since he was one of the most electric players of all time. So it's great to see him doing his thing and just blasting the ball out of stadiums.
Hugely fun guy to watch. He's even really good at mocking his pitchers. I don't know if you saw him with Romano. When Romano comes set, he's really funky. He's in the background doing that. I mean, gotta love the dude.
And now, Pitching Ninja's Top 10 Filthiest Pitchers of the Week.
At number 10, Lucas Giolito, complete filth. Not only his usual elevated changeups and high fastballs, but he also worked in a nasty curveball. Totally filthy, and one of his few curveballs he's thrown this year. Number 9, Josh Hader's slider. Hader, as you know, has an unhittable fastball, but he also has an unhittable slider, as you see here. Totally filthy. Number 8, a disgusting Jake Diekman slider. This thing is disgusting. He's way on the other side of rubber, and it just ends up just in another continent. Number 7, Jacob deGrom sliders. DeGrom is back, throwing 102. And also had these absolutely wicked sliders. Number 6, Corbin Burns' cutter. If you told me that Corbin Burns' cutter was the most beautiful pitch in baseball, I would not argue with you. His backdoor cutter is absolutely gorgeous, but he also had this insane at-bat against Ronnie Garcia. Insanely funny, that is, as Garcia tries to bunt Burns' cutter, which is one of the best pitches in the major leagues. And this is Garcia's first professional AB at any level. God bless him. At number 5, Kevin Gossman's splitters. His splitters have been just unhittable, and here's some more. He is dominant this year. I know Braves fans are whining like, where was this when he was on the Braves? Well, sometimes pitchers take a little bit to put it together, and he has it together now. Number 4, Max Scherzer's his 5th best pitch? He has his fastball, his cutter, his slider, his changeup. He broke out his curveballs, and oh my God, they're absolutely disgusting. He does not throw a lot of them, but when he does, wow, these things are completely nasty. Number 3, Tyler Rogers' slider. This thing is unhittable. He basically scrapes his knuckles on the ground, and it rises through the strike zone. I don't know what you do with this other than take it. Like, you're not going to hit it. That is disgusting. Number 2, Blake Trinan's turbo slider. This thing, the first time I saw it, I thought it was CGI. Absolutely nasty. I mean, you hear a lot about his sinker, but this slider has a ton of horizontal movement, a ton of depth, and is just completely disgusting. At number 1, dun 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 dun, Tommy Nance makes his debut on this countdown at number 1. This two-seamer is ungodly. Look at the movement on this. People are going to dive out of the way of it. It is disgusting. It's like Greg Maddux plus 10 miles an hour, unhittable, and a deserving number 1 filthiest pitch of the week.
I noticed you rocking the UNC hat. Is that because Duke just won the ACC championship and you're trying to rep, or what happened there?
Oh, you're going to die. Yeah, no, Duke won, and that was really hard. I congratulated him on Twitter. God, it is tough as a UNC guy to be congratulating Duke on anything. But you know what? They were playing NC State, so honestly, I kind of wanted neither team to win. And that's not possible, so in the end, at least the game ended.
I've also seen a lot of Ole Miss pitchers on your timeline. Generally psychopaths?
I think they breed them there. So it is like this unique breed of pitchers. Everyone from Nikhazy to West Burton, they're all insane. Do you know who also went to Ole Miss?
Who's that, Ninja?
That'd be Lance Lynn. He K's Galvis and then drops the slap motherfucker as he's walking off the mound. Absolutely classic. It's another situation where you can take the man out of Ole Miss, but you can't take the Ole Miss out of the man.
Has pitching in the SEC ever been better? I mean, the race for pitcher of the year was really came down to it. And what'd you think of how it played out, Ninja?
So you have the whole year. The story is Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker. Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker. Who's better? Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker. Who won SEC Pitcher of the Year? Kevin Kopps. And honestly, I don't think you could have made an argument that he shouldn't have won it. Like, dude was 10-0 with 9 saves, like a .7 ERA. Every time he came in, he was lights out for the #1 team in the country. He is the most important pitcher on that team and the most important pitcher in the SEC. And I love seeing those Call the Cops t-shirts out there among Arkansas fans.
Kevin Kopps actually TKO'd a guy in an at-bat this week, and it kind of inspired something in your head there, Ninja.
Yeah, I kind of invented the concept of the TKO at bat. So anytime that you look just absolutely overmatched, to kind of save your pride, I think the umpire should just be able to wave off the at bat, like stop the fight, it's over. Vince Carter, it's over. Just end it right there. And this was one of those at bats. So occasionally you see a hitter that is so overmatched that you know what's going to happen. Like, let's get the pace of play going, end it. And it actually gives the umpire something cool to do. Like, they can come up with their own like TKO thing and stuff, because we're going to take balls and strikes out of their hands with RoboUmp. So we might as well give them something, right?
Agree. Yesterday, Gavin Lux, he came up for an at-bat. He struck out on 3 pitches. And the first one he had a terrible sword, and then the second one he had another one. It was like, there's not a chance that he's going to do anything but strike out here. And sure enough, 1 pitch later, he was out. Let's get the TKO going and speed up pace of play. We're looking for new ideas in baseball. Here's a pretty good one, I think.
Totally. I think this may be the greatest idea of all time because I came up with it.
Do you have any favorite KOs of all time?
Yes. My absolute favorite KO is Randy Johnson on this pitch over here. I think this is like a Three Stooges, Charlie Chaplin. It could be like a silent movie. It could be Abbott and Costello. It's like this old time comedic value. It could have been in Naked Gun. Like, this is freaking hilarious. Yeah, Randy Johnson was obviously impossible to hit. I mean, I also have one with Kenny Lofton where he bails on a slider and hits the dirt. Randy would have had a lot of TKOs. That guy is one of the most dominant pitchers of all time. So instead of keep going on while my grass is getting cut, apparently, until next time, I'm going to K-Strut on out of here. Keep throwing flames.
Strike 3!